Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. For today, I wanted to do a video kind of analyzing when to use a taser against a person who is armed with a knife. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but it's going to have a lot of examples, a lot of video examples and analysis. And it's going to be this video is meant to be educational, not just to officers, but also to the public, because we always see these incidents where somebody has a knife and there's a large contingent of people in the public saying, why didn't they just tase him? Why didn't they just shoot him in the leg? Why didn't they shoot the knife out of his hand? Why didn't they have magical unicorns come down from the sky and remove the knife from this guy's hand and save his life? Those are a lot of the comments that we see on these types of incidents. Today, we're going to be focused solely on when to use a taser against a person that is armed with a knife. And I should be a little bit more careful with my words here, because it's not really when should you use a taser against a person armed with a knife, or it's really when can you use a taser against a person armed with a knife. This topic came about because the other day I had a buddy of mine who's not a law enforcement officer ask me about this very topic. And here is exactly what I sent him. Well, not this post, but the graphic behind me, you'll see. These are the rules that I was taught when I worked for Columbus Police on when I can use a taser against a person armed with a knife. These are guidelines. So if you've got someone that's armed with a knife and you're trying desperately to save that person's life, because preservation of life is something that we as police officers should be focused on as often as possible. This is a 5-prong test that we were taught to use when we're thinking about using a taser against a person who is armed with a knife. It says you have to have appropriate time, distance, barrier, lethal force backup, and it must be reasonable. What does this mean? Does it mean, the funny thing is when I replied to him with this, and then I posted it on my social media accounts, and I had so many people calling me an idiot, saying I need to go back to training. Where is this being taught? And I also heard people saying, you know, this is why police officers are soft these days, because they think that they should tase someone that's using a deadly weapon against them. And then I would get a bunch of what if scenarios. What if he's wearing a baggy coat? What if he's running at you? What if he's about to stab somebody? Listen, this list means that all of your what ifs, if one of those what ifs is present, you don't do it. If they're about to stab someone, that means you don't have time. If they're running at you, you don't have distance. If they're close to you, you don't have a barrier. Although the other people saying, you know, I'm not going to trust my life with a taser because a taser fails 50% of the time, which isn't true, but we're going to leave that one alone for now too. That's why you have lethal force backup. You're only going to use a taser against an armed person when you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other guys that have lethal force backup. They're pointing a gun at that individual. The individual is standing there. They're not charging at you, and you have the opportunity to maybe preserve their life. So you're going to attempt to use a taser to end this situation. And also, it's reasonable. Is it reasonable to believe a taser is going to peacefully resolve this situation? If somebody is actively stabbing somebody, it's not reasonable to try to use a taser against them. If they're actively trying to stab you, it is not reasonable to try to tase that person. If there's 10, 15 feet in between you guys and the guy takes an aggressive posture with a knife, it's not reasonable to try to tase that person. There's a billion other times where we know a taser is not appropriate, but if you're in a situation and you think taser might be appropriate, let's run through this test. Say, you know what? I think we've got all the prongs. Let's try to use a taser in this situation. It's not a thing that says your first response should always be to use a taser. Your first response when you got someone that's armed with a knife should be to go with lethal force. Regardless of all that, I've got a bunch of examples that I want to show you, and this is kind of what I replied to people with. The first one is a very good example. I'm going to put a screenshot up behind me, but I'm going to put it up on my screen in front of me. The first example, okay. So these people that say everybody armed with a knife needs to be shot by the police. It's an absolutely ridiculous thing to say, but people did say it on my Facebook and Instagram. Here's the scenario. You got a person who I don't want to use the buzzwords that will get me nixed from YouTube, but you got a person that has a knife and they want to hurt someone, and the only person they're trying to hurt is themselves. They're in, you respond to that home, you find them in a room along the back wall of this house. They've got this knife and they're threatening to harm the only person in the room, which is them. The people that think, oh, you just need to shoot every person that's armed with a knife. What are you going to do? You're just going to show up and shoot the guy because he's got a knife and he's having a bad day and he's depressed and all these other things? No, you want to try to preserve that person's life. So this is one of my favorite examples of it that's currently on my channel. This is Columbus police officers. I think this incident was in 2021. They responded to a very similar scenario. I don't want to break down the whole thing before it happens, so let's watch the video. I'll be back. We're going to talk about what happened.
Go down these stairs. Go down the stairs for me, please. Huh? Drop that knife for me, brother.
Don't shoot me.
Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot.
Don't shoot me.
No, I don't want to. I want to get you some help, man.
Please don't shoot him. He's not a harm to anybody.
Don't do that, brother. Don't. Stop!
Don't shoot him.
Stop! Put it down.
Please don't shoot him.
Honey, that's the last thing we want to do, okay? But we're not going to get hurt because he's
not
being
going to hurt
silly.
you guys. He's just trying to hurt himself.
Hi.
Brother, put it down, man.
I got one.
I'm gonna live here.
Okay.
I'm gonna live.
Okay, well, that's not going to do any good. You got your taser?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Don't tase me neither.
Okay.
He had a seizure.
Don't tase me.
Dude, we don't want to tase you.
don't
We
wanna
don't
do
want to do
anything.
anything to you.
All right?
All we want you to do is drop the knife, okay? Don't go in there with him yet. Okay?
We don't want you to hurt yourself, man. We want to get you some help.
He's drunk and high off
Put the
cocaine.
light in his eyes. Oh, you'll never see us.
There you go.
You hear me?
I can't see you.
Put the knife. Put it down,
I
man.
can't see. I cannot see.
Huh?
I can't see.
Over there. All right.
I got him.
I got his hands.
Okay, I got him.
So they responded to a call about a person with a knife that wanted to hurt the only person in the room, which was him. What they found when they arrived, did they have appropriate time, distance, barrier, lethal force backup, and did it appear to be reasonable? Yes, all of the prongs were met. You'll notice that the first officer that arrived on scene, what did he present to the subject? Lethal force, because he was the only person there. When another officer arrived, the first officer said, hey, I'm going to put my gun away. I'm going to get my taser. Let's blind the guy, go a little closer so the taser will work, and we'll pop him. They had plenty of stuff in between them. They thought that they had time. They had lethal force backup. They ended up saving the guy's life. 100% appropriate time to use a taser against a person that is armed with a knife. Let's look at the next scenario. And I will say also, in this video, I'm going to have multiple scenarios where it was appropriate to use a taser against that person who was armed with a knife. I'm also going to have a couple of instances where it was not appropriate and the officers did the right thing and they used lethal force. This particular one, this is another good one. This is officers were dispatched to a call about an elderly man walking down the street, appeared to be high and out of his mind, had a knife in his hand, and was acting threatening towards people. The officers arrived on scene. The officer that you're going to watch from his perspective, he's got his gun on the guy. The guy is closing the distance. He's got his gun. The officer is actually going to start trying to back up, use a barrier, get some distance, use that time to his advantage, giving this guy loud verbal commands to drop the knife. The guy's not cooperating, but there's a second officer on scene. The driver of that cruiser realizes that he's got appropriate time, distance, barrier. It's reasonable. He uses his taser against this guy. You don't need to shoot everybody that's got a knife that's closing within that 20-foot rule that a lot of people believe. This is a time where it's 100% appropriate because look at the situation that they're in. I'm sorry I spoiled the ending for you, but let's watch the video now.
Hey, partner, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Put the knife down. Put the knife down. Drop it. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop the knife! Roll over. Roll over. Get on your back.
Alrighty, this one is one of my favorite videos I've ever posted to the channel, and it's a shame that it doesn't have a million views. But This is a situation where officers responded to a call about a man who was armed with a knife. He was threatening to harm himself, and he had climbed up on the bumper of a fire engine that was driving down the road. Fire engine is driving down the road. He gets in front of it. They stop. He jumps up there. He's trying to get them to hurt him. He starts taking all the hoses off the fire truck and all that other stuff. Officers arrive on scene. Here's how they responded.
Hey guys, I'm gonna probably have to tase him, but he's gonna fall a little bit, so we're gonna have to get ready to catch him right after. So guys, get some people ready to get ready to catch him. Hey, I'm gonna have to tase you if you don't drop the knife. Don't do it. Taser, taser, taser. Help him, help him, help him, help him, help him. Go ahead and cuff him. He'll get.
Again, they had all the prongs. They might not have had a barrier, but this is kind of an elderly guy. He was in an elevated position. The elevated position kind of acted as a barrier because it was going to take him a moment to get down off of there and get to them. They felt that they confidently had the opportunity to defend themselves if he were to become violent and attack them. They were good to go. Another interesting thing about this video is, one of the things that we're taught when we're being taser trained is don't tase someone that's at an elevated position. They felt that even under these circumstances, the risk of tasing him was less severe than having to shoot him or use some other kind of use of force. So they did use a taser against a person that was in an elevated position, but what did they do? They warned their buddies, and they all ran in, and they literally caught the guy and guided him down to the ground. Textbook, perfect. This is what well-trained officers are going to do. Here's another situation where you got a guy. He's in a kitchen. He's got a knife. He's holding it to himself. He's threatening nobody but himself. This is how these officers treat the situation.
Put it down, or I'm going to tase you. Put it down. Put it down. Taser, taser, taser. Put it down.
Taser, taser, taser.
Go, get him. Go.
Drop his arm. Get down from under.
I got it. It's over in the chair. Grab arm.
All right, that was another great example because we actually had a taser failure in this particular video. The reason there was a taser failure in this particular incident is because the guy's crouched down. When you fire a taser, the top probe is actually going to go straight. The bottom probe actually goes at a downward angle. Because this guy was crouched down, I think the bottom probe went between his legs or something like that. So they had to re-engage with the taser. And I also believe that there were on the second approach, there was actually two officers that popped their tasers. It's a little bit hard to tell there, but this guy was down kind of a long corridor. They were outside of the room. They had a barrier. They could get some space if he were to come out there. They had lethal force backup. This seemed appropriate. This is not a guy that's charging at them with a knife. He's not in immediate danger to them. They saved his life. They preserved his life. This is what we want our officers to do. Now we're going to move into cases where use of a taser was not appropriate or a taser was not used. And, it's very clear why, because the 5 prongs of that test that I've showed you before, and I'll probably show it up to you here again, were not met. This video is the Ma'Khia Bryant incident. This is where an officer responds to a call about a fight. When he gets there, all hell is broken loose. And the first thing he sees is one girl about to stab another girl. Does he have the 5 prongs? Does he have time, distance, barrier, lethal force backup, and is it reasonable? No, he doesn't. This is not an appropriate time to use a taser. So unfortunately, he has to use lethal force in this situation.
Hey, get down.
No, you ain't shoot my fucking baby.
Alrighty, another situation where the taser was not the appropriate way to use force against an individual. This is an individual who was out on, I'm going to call this like a country road. The officers responded because he was out there walking along the road, acting strange, and the officer arrives. He clearly was going to force the officer to harm him. That was his intent with what was going on here. I don't know if he was high, if he's just mentally ill. This is a very unfortunate situation, but he's armed with a glass bottle. Glass bottle is a dangerous, deadly object. The officer did everything he could. I'm not going to show you the whole video because that's not the point of this one, but he tried to negotiate with this guy for, I think, 6 or 8 minutes. It took a really long time for more officers to arrive on scene. He did everything he could to preserve this guy's life. Unfortunately, his time, distance, and barrier were eliminated, causing him to fire his service weapon. It would have been great if he could have tased this guy, but if he tried to tase this guy and the taser failed, you now have a guy that's armed with a glass bottle who's on top of you, causing serious physical harm. That's not what officers, that's not why officers exist. He did what he had to do in order to protect himself in this situation.
High and low. Hey, stop. Don't do it. Do not do it, okay? Okay, one more. Stop. Get back. Shots fired. Shots fired. Suspect's down.
And then this is going to be the last example of the day. This is an example where initially the officers thought that they had time, distance, barrier, lethal force backup, and it was reasonable. This is a case where there was a guy. This is a it's like a housing community for people with mental illness. They responded because he was causing some kind of scene. I'm not sure if they knew at the time that he had armed himself with a knife or not, but first officer arrives on scene. Guy comes running at him with a knife. The officer starts to back up, trying to find some cover, draws his firearm on the suspect. Second officer arrives on scene. He's got good cover. He's got lethal force presented to the suspect. He tells the other officer, hey, get your taser, tase him, tase him, tase him, tase him. The officer that attempted to tase him, this was a brand new taser that was rolled out to the department literally days before this happened. It operates kind of different than the way the tasers that we used to use. He was fussing with the taser. The guy started to very quickly close the distance, and they lost their time distance barrier. They lost their time distance and barrier. They still had lethal force backup, and unfortunately the reasonable use of force became deadly force in this scenario.
He's got a knife in his hand.
Drop the knife, man. Drop the knife. Taser. 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 Back up. Back up. Back up.
So there you have the full explanation from my training on when you can use a taser against a person that is armed with a knife. Is this a you shall use a taser against a person that's armed with a knife? Absolutely not. If you arrive on scene and you think in your mind, in the situation, the way you see it, that deadly force is the appropriate thing to do and the person is armed with a knife and you use deadly force, that's between you and the court system to figure out. A lot of the time, the courts are going to probably side with you because it's you and your seat and the way you felt and the way that you felt threatened. I would also say the way the courts are going, I would encourage guys that when you start arriving on these scenes and it's not a high pace, fast, quickly evolving situation, if you've got the time, just stop and think for a moment. Hey, is it possible that we can preserve life here? Is it possible that maybe we can safely end this situation by using a taser? If you arrive on scene and you don't have any time, first of all, you don't have any time. You have to use your first reaction should always be using deadly force against the deadly force instrument. But if you got the time, start to think about your options. If you got the 5-prong test, it might be appropriate to use a taser. And also the way, the court systems are going and officer indictments and trials and all the other kind of stuff is something that you should probably really have on your mind, because it's not worth the repercussions of having a bad call. I know that's my perspective on it. You can do what you want. It's your life. You're rolling the dice with the court system, but those are my thoughts. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon.